Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now, Special Edition.
It's been 8 days since the Gray Fire swept through the Medical Lake community. Homeowners who lost everything in the fire sifting through burned remains.
We're wrestlers. We don't just roll over and die. The heck with that, man. We're going to put up a house right here again. What it'll be, we don't know, but we're not going anywhere.
And that inspiring resiliency from the Medical Lake community. That fire destroyed many homes where pets were kept at. And tonight, pet owners are struggling to find new places to keep them safe. Peter Choi spoke with a dog trainer in Medical Lake who remains hopeful about the future amidst this tragedy.
Let's take a look at this. The wildfire completely destroyed the place where a homeowner stays with service dogs and police canine, and she remains hopeful, and she will rebuild this place again from the ashes, along with her dog, Phoenix.
I lost every single tree on my property out here, which is where we would do tracking and we would do hunting for balls and all that sort of stuff.
A home where dogs were chasing birds and playing fetch is now burned to the ground with nothing but rubble and ashes. Corinne Wagman trains dogs as service dogs and police canine for years.
I sell them, and I've sold them to Montana, Idaho, Washington, Virginia, all of these places.
Flames scorched through her property, threatening her dogs inside the home. Thankfully, she was able to leave with them, but lost everything she owned.
Any of my equipment for training dogs, because I just all stored it all here. I have, fortunately, we call the clown car. Had a lot of stuff, but that's a lot of materials that are gone.
However, there was one thing that the wildfire couldn't take away from the dogs. Joy.
They are so happy, right? They saw their flattened ball, and they're like, even better. That's flat now, right?
Wagman says their joy, along with the support from the community, has helped her stay positive.
And honestly, seeing the people come out of the woodworks to give back to me, I never expected. Because I never wanted any of that. Just helping others is all I wanted. So thank you to everyone who's helped me. Thank you to everyone who's helped neighbors. Appreciate it, like just seeing the good that's come out of all of this.
In Medical Lake, Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
A great story out of Medical Lake, Peter. Thanks for that. Meantime, the Oregon Road fire burning near Elk is now 33% contained. The flames that torched more than 11,000 acres have scarred North Spokane County to be almost unrecognizable. Take a look at this forest, once green and filled with life, now painted black, covered in ash and smoke. Fire crews say the flames soared 150 feet in the air above the tree line. Hand crews are putting in long hours, putting out hot spots.
And we're standing on a road that's about 20 feet wide, but a little bit of wind and one ember across the road, and then you're back, back off to the races. So vitally important for doing this mop up and securing the edge.
Hand crews like those on your screen will easily be putting in 15-hour days trying to mitigate future fire risk. It's a physically taxing job, working to preserve as many homes as they can. The never-ending work that these crews put in, certainly not lost on the community. The Spokane County Library District is sending their mobile library to Chattaroy to assist those impacted by the Oregon Road fire. The mobile library will be at Riverside High School. It will provide free access to Wi-Fi, computer, and printing resources. To learn more about the mobile library, including what times it'll be open, look for this story on KXLY.com. And the weather was a huge help to fire crews over the past few days, but that's changed this weekend. Our weather team is tracking a quick warm-up, and our meteorologist Matt Gray joins us with what we can expect. Matt.
All right, thank you, Jordan. And you certainly noticed the warmth if you went outside this afternoon, where temperatures were reaching the upper 80s and low 90s around the inland northwest. And that's a good 10 and in some places even 15-degree jump from where we were after clouds and even a few showers on Friday around our region. And well, because of the hotter weather, we saw a lot more activity in certain places when it comes to thunderstorms as well. The Blue Mountains, in fact, you can see that flashing box there on the bottom of your screen. This is a flash flood warning that'll expire in the next 15 minutes. That is for largely camping areas in the Umatilla National Forest. And look at that. Radar estimates that about 1.5 inches 4/10 fell in the matter of just about an hour in this area in Garfield and Asotin counties. So some serious weather, some seriously strong thunderstorms earlier today. And this is a tricky little setup in our weather that can often produce some wild conditions, with a big low right offshore and a high producing some hot temperatures out to our south and to our east. So lots of things going to happen here in the next few days because of this weather pattern, and I'll show you how it's all going to play out coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Matt, we're looking forward to it. Thanks for that. And around 25 million people have asthma here in the U.S. That's according to the CDC. And there are many different triggers for attacks, including poor air quality. And a new report is highlighting the dangers of wildfire smoke in people who already have trouble breathing. The report compared asthma-related emergency department visits, looking at normal days and 19 days with wildfire smoke in the U.S. at levels deemed unhealthy for sensitive people. On those smoky days, visits were 17% higher than expected. And a separate study found New Jersey and New York saw an 82% jump in asthma-associated ER visits within days of smoke blanketing the area in June.
All of our air is going to have these tiny particles in it during the worst times of wildfires.
And it's important for asthmatic people to control what they can. Medicines can help you, but you should also pay attention to those local air quality conditions. We're still in peak wildfire season here in the inland Northwest, and we want to make sure you and your family are prepared just in case you have to evacuate. And here's what the organization Ready for Wildfires says you should have in your emergency go bag. Things like a first aid kit, prescription medications, and a change of clothes, rather. And be sure to include important documents. Don't forget your passport or your ID or social security card. And for even more tips on how you can prepare in case you and your family need to evacuate, head over to KXLY.com/firewatch. Still to come here tonight, a mass shooting in Florida at a Dollar General. From the number of victims to the status of the suspect, we have the latest information. Plus, the Seattle Seahawks wrapped up their preseason play out in Green Bay earlier this afternoon. Coming up here in sports, Alex Rosenti tells us which former Washington State standout shined against the Packers and if it's enough to make the final cut.
And with a active weather pattern in place, we're going to see a lot go down over the next few days. Hot weather, hazy weather, thunderstorms, and you may even need to break out a sweater after all that is done. A lot to talk about coming up in your full First Alert forecast.
Four News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
How can anyone love a cat more than a dog?
Because cats are adorable.
It's debatable.
It's pronounced GIF. It's Jif.
What is the point of decaf coffee?
EV, hybrid, plug-in hybrid. To each their own, electric. Find yours at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event.
Winning a new Yukon Denali at Northern Quest is easy. Sending your other car to live on a farm upstate? Well, you'll get over it. Don't miss the $116,000 Yukon Rush giveaway with the grand prize drawing on September 29th at Northern Quest. Play daily with your Camus Rewards card to enter, and you could be driving home in a brand new GMC Yukon Denali at the end of the month. Details at northernquest.com.
You know, life is dangerous enough without the negligence of others that cause accidents that threaten your physical and financial health. Hello, I'm Lloyd Herman. If you need legal assistance due to an accident or an injury, put my 40 years of experience of dealing with the insurance companies to work for you. Call my offices here in Spokane. I can help you now. When you call, you'll speak to me, or you'll have an appointment to speak to me within 48 hours. I guarantee it. Lloyd Herman & Associates, 922-6600.
Summer means the great outdoors, but it's also wildfire season. How are you going to cope with smoke from wildfires? 1. When it's smoky, check current air quality. 2. Limit or avoid time outdoors. And 3. Keep indoor air as clean as possible. Replace home air filters as often as needed and use the best filter for your system. Set the air conditioner to the recirculate mode. If necessary, find a cleaner air shelter near you. For the latest information about wildfires and smoke, visit the Washington Smoke blog, wasmoke.blogspot.com.
Wow, you really made our dreams come true.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
It's
Because when you feel totally protected, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve.
Guess that's what American Family Insurance is for. He's the wise twin.
I'm talking. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto with American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Okay, Dad, next take, more speed.
More speed. The best performance is high performance. Find it at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event.
After 6 long months, we have finally arrived to meaningful football returning to our lives, but none of the local college teams are playing today, so the best we're going to have to settle for is the Seahawks' final preseason matchup against Green Bay, which is very important for the team as they get ready to finalize that final roster. Well, in the second quarter, Seahawks find themselves down 9 when DJ Dallas gets a nice little hole, takes it up the field, deep into Green Bay territory, and they're in business now. That's going to set up Drew Lock off a play action, finds the rookie Jake Bobo in the end zone. He's been one of the standouts for the Seahawks this preseason and may have locked up a roster spot with today's performance. To the fourth quarter, Seattle still trailing, but Lock leading the charge once again. He'll hit former Washington State Cougar Aesop Winston Jr. for the long completion, as he's also looking to make it to the final 53-man roster. Later in the drive, Lock is going to go deep again to Winston again, and he makes a great catch in stride. He's taken down just shy of the goal line. Winston finishes with 3 receptions for 74 yards. That's going to lead to this. So Roderick Thompson Jr. is going to take it in from a yard out on 4th down, and Seattle goes up on top. But could they hang on to the lead? No, because this game's going to come down to the final drive with less than 20 seconds to play. Seattle down 4, needing a touchdown. And the rookie Holden Allers throws a costly interception that seals the win for Green Bay. But unlike the 2004 wildcard game out in Lambeau, this game-ending interception doesn't count for anything, luckily.
What I'm really pleased about, and I love about these guys, is it doesn't matter who's out there. They play their tails off, and we're getting terrific effort up front on offense, up front on defense from our guys, regardless of who's out there. And we fight all the way throughout whatever the opportunity presents to us.
So now we're just 15 days away from the season opener as Seattle will welcome in NFC West rivals Los Angeles. Soak it in, everyone. Football officially back. Now let's head out to T-Mobile Park in Seattle, where the first place Mariners, how about that? We're looking for a series win over the Royals. In the third, Seattle already up 1-0 and make it 5-0 as Teoscar Hernandez sends this one deep for the grand slam, his 20th home run of the season. That helps the M's open this game wide open. A couple innings later, Seattle still up big, and Julio Rodriguez, well, what a hot month he's been on. Another shot to left, his 22nd home run of the season, and maybe, dare I say, making a late push for the MVP? Who knows? But the Mariners end up taking this one 15-2 to stay atop the AL West. Well, the college football season technically kicked off today. The Washington State Cougars are going to have to wait another week to get things going. They finished up fall camp a week ago with a strong performance by the offense as quarterback Cam Ward looks poised to have a breakout year among all those great Pac-12 QBs that we've been talking about all offseason long. The head coach Jake Dickert knows his team has to lock in this week or they could suffer the same fate that they've seen in years past.
Staying healthy, getting the looks, competing, getting the young guys to understand their role and how important that is. So there's a blend to it, still staying sharp and good on good, because we need to accelerate into the season. I mean, the last 2 seasons, we've been really flat week 1, and we can't have that, and that's been the goal of now our game preparation towards Colorado State.
So the stage is set as WSU will head out to Fort Collins for the first time ever next Saturday in a potential future Mountain West matchup. Maybe, or is the Big 12 calling? Who knows? And coming up a bit later on in the show, Jillian Minnesone will join us for a special The Mess Out West, diving into all of this conference realignment nonsense. You don't want to miss it. Jordan, send it back over to you. Alex, thanks so much for that. And still ahead here on 4 News Now, more details coming out about the mass shooting out of Florida, what we know about the victims so far. And we remember the longtime The Price is Right host Bob Barker died today, age 99. 4 News Now, we'll be right back.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Make your hard-earned dollars go further during the Labor Day sale at Furniture Row. Shop today, because the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, plus 4 years, no interest. The Labor Day sale, on now at Furniture Row.
Facelift.
Les Schwab tires. I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. Stuff's right here.
Hurry in and save up to $200 on a set of 4 tires, plus get an extra $50 off with financing. Les Schwab Tires.
Dear 2030, we look forward to seeing you. After our 160-point quality assurance inspection, we'll be Toyota certified used vehicles with 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranties. Not to honk our own horns, but the best new cars make the best used cars. Yours, Toyota. Get 5.49% APR for up to 60 months on a Toyota certified used Camry, Corolla, or RAV4. Find yours at toyotacertified.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Spokane Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our unique doctor-supervised program makes it easy to lose weight, get healthy, and get your energy back safely, naturally, and effectively. If you'd love to lose unhealthy fat without counting points or calories, no exercising, no prepackaged meals, no HCG, no drugs, no hypnosis or surgery, call Spokane Weight Loss today at 509-381-3388.
Hello, I am Jacqueline. I have lost nearly 20 pounds with Spokane Weight Loss. I have gone from a size 18 down to a size 14 in just about 30 days. I wanted to make a change, make a healthy change. Part of what I loved about it was teaching me how to eat and using food for fuel.
For your free private weight loss consultation, call Spokane Weight Loss today at 509-381-3388.
It's the Labor Day sale at Denver Mattress. And right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Take $100 off every $1,000 you spend. Save up to $300 on our Denver Mattress brand lineup, plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. The Labor Day sale, on now at Denver Mattress.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
Well, the busier the sky is, usually the better the sunsets are, and we certainly had a good one this evening. You can still see the last rays of the sun there, and a little bit of cloud cover out to our southwest here, looking from downtown Spokane. We're already dropped down to the 70s in Coeur d'Alene. It should be a fairly nice evening. We're still keeping an eye on kind of what's left of some thunderstorms that developed over the Blue Mountains and at least tried to get off the mountainsides and deeper into the inland northwest. And as you can see, they didn't have much luck. We got kind of one shower in the Washtuckna area, and is going to try and maybe push a sprinkle towards places like La Crosse, but that's about it tonight. I'm not expecting much of anything else out of this, especially in about an hour or two from now when the heat of the sun has fully faded away. Temperatures tonight down to the 60s. Still a lot of haze out there, as I'm sure you saw with the brilliant colors of the sunset tonight. And we're going to continue to stay in that moderate air quality range as we begin to heat up once again for the hottest day in 10 days, believe it or not. Well, that'll be Monday, but hey, it'll be the hottest day in 9 days tomorrow. We'll be pop up into the 90s. Lows tonight in the 60s. Still some places in the 40s and 50s out there. And here you go. Hottest day in 9 days. 92 in Spokane, 92 in Coeur d'Alene. And it'll be the hottest day in 10 days on Monday when we're even hotter than this. By the way, triple digits in the LC Valley, friends. So crank up the ACs. You won't need it for too long, but certainly the next couple of days, it's definitely going to kind of wind back the clock to what we saw quite a bit of here in early August. But then look what happens after that. I mentioned how this weather pattern is a little squirrely. Well, look what happens Tuesday and Wednesday. Huge changes in temperatures and in rain activity. That low pressure system off the coast, it is going to move in eventually. And as long as it's hanging out there, we'll have a chance for waves of moisture to move in. I don't expect much to come out of this except an isolated storm or two through Monday afternoon. But as we head into Tuesday morning and especially Tuesday afternoon, and this system moves right over us, showers, thunderstorms, heavy rain, everything else in between, and that much cooler air will be coming along for the ride. So things are going to be busy, and you will need that raincoat for Tuesday. And likely, you'll want to keep it handy on Wednesday as well, as we see kind of the leftovers of that system pass through. And look at this. We're going to struggle to get up into the 70s on Wednesday. And after that, we stabilize a little bit. into the low 80s as we enter next weekend. So the next couple of days, they're going to be hot, but it could be the hottest we'll see around here for some time. 4 News Now, we'll be right back.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
It's the Ford Big Deal Labor Day sales event. Choose from big deals and great rates on new trucks and SUVs now through September 4th. Lease a well-equipped 2023 F-150 for just $389 a month for 36 months, only at your local Ford dealer.
From the 5 a.m. morning regulars to those gotta fit it in lunchtime rush business goers to the busy moms that need childcare so they can just have a little time to themselves. Move Fitness is here for you, serving up the largest variety of workout options in Spokane with a new location opening soon to provide you the best results for your workout needs. Move Fitness. Join the movement.
Feelings, hey. You feel like summer, baby, dancing in the lobby. Still catching feelings for you. Feels for you. Feelings for you. Feelings for you. You feel like summer, baby. Still catching feelings for you.
Start your day with Good Morning Northwest and
Good Morning America.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Spokane Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our unique doctor-supervised program makes it easy to lose weight, get healthy, and get your energy back safely, naturally, and effectively. If you'd love to lose unhealthy fat without counting points or calories, no exercising, no prepackaged meals, no HCG, no drugs, no hypnosis or surgery, call Spokane Weight Loss today at 509-381-3388.
I'm Kathy from Post Falls, Idaho. I lost 27 pounds and 32 inches. I was told I have a compromised liver and I might need to get a new liver. So I decided I would get my body in order to receive a new liver. Thanks to Spokane Weight Loss, I have done that. I feel great. I feel wonderful.
For your free private weight loss consultation, call Spokane Weight Loss today at 509-381-3388.
It's the Ford Big Deal Labor Day sales event. Choose from big deals and great rates on new trucks and SUVs now through September 4th. Lease a well-equipped 2023 F-150 for just $389 a month for 36 months, only at your local Ford dealer.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
Some breaking news here tonight. 3 people were killed Saturday afternoon inside a store in Jacksonville, Florida. Authorities haven't identified the suspect, but say they have found several writings allegedly written by the suspect, and they believe the attack was racially motivated. Here's ABC's Chuck Siverston with the details.
A massive police response in Jacksonville, Florida, as a gunman opened fire inside a Dollar General store.
Jacksonville has suffered the loss of 3 precious lives at the hands of an active shooter.
Police are not identifying the shooter, but say he's a white male in his 20s and lived in neighboring Clay County. They say he entered the dollar store with an AR-style rifle and a handgun. He then allegedly shot and killed 3 people before turning the gun on himself. All 3 victims were black, 2 men and 1 woman. They also have not yet been identified. Authorities say the alleged shooter texted his father early Saturday afternoon telling him to check his computer. His family then called the Clay County Sheriff's Office after finding writings allegedly by the suspect.
Portions of these manifestos detail the shooter's disgusting ideology of hate. Plainly put, this shooting was racially motivated and he hated black people.
Jacksonville's mayor visited the scene shortly after the shooting.
I'm heartbroken, obviously. This is a community that has suffered. We must do everything that we can to dissuade this type of hate.
The community coming together Saturday afternoon to pray for the victims.
The people in this community, they're hurting, and they have every right to. This makes no sense. I am very, very angry right now. You know, we got kids in this community seeing all of this, and this is unnecessary.
The FBI says it is investigating the incident as a hate crime.
Hate crimes are always and will always remain a top priority for the FBI because they are not only attack on a victim, they are also meant to threaten and intimidate an entire community.
Chuck Sivertson, ABC News, New York.
It's an awful story out of Jacksonville. Around the nation here tonight on the heels of former President Donald Trump turning himself into an Atlanta jail on charges of conspiring to overturn the 2020 presidential election. His 2024 rivals back out on the campaign trail following their first primary debate, hoping to shift the focus away from the current GOP frontrunner. Here's ABC's Selena Wang with the details.
Good to see you. Entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis back on the campaign trail, both in Iowa this weekend.
I've been here more than any other candidate, by far, and I think that people appreciate that in this state.
Ron DeSantis making 5 stops across the state Saturday.
Iowans appreciate when you show up, and they expect you to show up. They expect you to earn it. So that's what we're going to do.
On Friday, South Carolina Senator Tim Scott got into a brief exchange with a voter during a campaign stop in New Hampshire.
You don't stand up to Trump. How are you going to stand up to the president of Russia and China?
Yeah, I think the truth is that it's not standing up to Trump. The truth is that
you're avoiding standing up.
The GOP presidential candidates are hoping to shift focus away from the current GOP frontrunner, former President Donald Trump, who turned himself into an Atlanta jail on Thursday to face charges that he conspired to overturn the 2020 presidential election. The first ever mugshot of a former president, Trump scowling into the camera, later taking to social media with the caption, "Never surrender," using the image to fundraise with the sale of t-shirts, mugs, and other merchandise. President Biden joked when asked about the mugshot.
Handsome guy, wonderful guy.
Some independent voters say they will not vote for the former president next year.
I cannot see myself ever voting for Donald Trump, and that's because he just is mocking our country, he's mocking our systems, our democracy.
Though others still support him.
If they keep him out of jail and everything else they're trying to do to him, I absolutely will vote for Trump.
Selena Wang, ABC News, Washington.
Shifting gears here tonight, new COVID-19 vaccines will likely hit drugstores in mid-September. The FDA is expected to give its nod to the updated vaccines in a few weeks. Then an advisory committee with the CDC will make their recommendation. After the CDC director signs off, the vaccines can be administered. Biden administration officials say these shots have been tweaked to fight the current crop of circulating variants.
Conference realignment has left a permanent scar on college football, and I have some thoughts. A deep dive into the landscape of college athletics with a little perspective along the way. We have a special report next on 4 News Now.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
This summer, happiness is a new Chevy. You can go farther, tow more, and bring along everyone you love. Your road to happiness begins in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LT TurboMax pickups, or get $6,000 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
$3 pitcher night. A couple cocktails. An edible. And a nature documentary. What do all these people have in common? A friend like you, who offered a ride, or made sure they got in a ride share, or provided a couch to crash on. Thanks for keeping the roads a little safer tonight, Washington. Together, we get there.
You didn't choose cat allergies. You didn't choose your hairline, hot flashes, the flu, or that thing when your knee just gives out for no reason. You didn't choose your bad back, or this, or that. You didn't choose depression, melanoma, or lactose intolerance. But with Kaiser Permanente, you can choose your doctor who works with other best-in-class specialists to care for all that is you.
Make your hard-earned dollars go further during the Labor Day sale at Furniture Row. Shop today, because the more you buy, the more you save. I saved $100. I saved $200. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend on living, dining, bedroom, and mattresses.
We saved $300.
Check out doorbusters while they last. Plus 4 years, no interest. Shop the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed. The Labor Day sale on now at Furniture Row.
Wildfire season is here, and we may be affected by smoke. Protect your health by being prepared. 1. Check current air quality and fire activity online and plan accordingly. 2. When it's smoky, limit or avoid time outdoors. And 3, keep indoor air as clean as possible. Replace home air filters more often and set the air conditioner to the recirculate mode. For the latest information about wildfires and air quality, visit the Washington Smoke blog, wasmoke.blogspot.com.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now, Special Edition.
Well, welcome back here tonight, and school buses are starting to look and sound a lot different. Electric buses are coming to schools all across the nation. Right now, there are 500,000 school buses in the U.S. So far, school districts have received money for almost 6,000 electric alternatives. If all school buses become fully electric, it could reduce carbon emissions by 9 million tons. That's like taking 2 million cars off the roads, according to the World Resources Institute.
Electric school buses, even accounting for the current grid emissions, have half as much greenhouse gas emissions as any other type of bus on the road.
Those in favor of electric buses say it's not just about helping the planet. The EPA warns that kids' exposure to diesel exhaust can contribute to asthma. Spokane Public Schools students will be riding on new buses this year. While Zoom buses are not fully electric now, the company plans to have an all-electric fleets by 2025. Find out how you can track where your kids are in real time on SPS Zoom buses. Just find this story on KXLY.com. Now to the passing of Bob Barker, the beloved longtime host of The Price is Right. Barker, who was also a dedicated animal rights activist, died peacefully at his home in Hollywood Hills this morning of natural causes. He was just a few months shy of turning 100. ABC's Zareen Shah with more on his extraordinary life and legacy.
Bob Barker and his legendary catchphrase were steady guests in American living rooms across multiple generations, from the old to the young.
They tell me that they schedule their classes so they can watch The Price is Right.
Barker was a television staple, hosting The Price is Right for 35 years.
Here is the first item up for bids.
He began his career in radio and shot to TV stardom as host of Truth or Consequences in 1956.
Bob Barker, saying goodbye, hoping all your consequences are happy.
Bob Barker was born Robert William Barker in 1923 in Darrington, Washington, but spent part of his childhood on a South Dakota Indian reservation. His destiny may have been sealed as early as high school, where he met his first and only wife, Dorothy Jo, as he told Deborah Roberts in 2007.
And I finally got the opportunity to do an audience participation show. Dorothy Jo heard it. When I got home, she said, "That's what you should do." If I have had any successes, she shares them.
It's been a long time since she passed.
1981, October 19th, 1981.
They were married for 37 years. Barker's success gave him a way to promote his purpose. Alongside longtime girlfriend Nancy Burnett, he was a passionate animal advocate, signing off his show every day with a reminder.
Help control the pet population. Have your pets spayed or neutered.
Barker retiring from The Price is Right in 2007.
I'm 83 now, and so I think it's a good time to say goodbye, because I want to leave them wanting more.
And he did, even making his big screen debut, poking fun at his nice guy personality in Happy Gilmore.
All right, let's go.
Barker viewed his time on TV as a way for people to escape.
I think it's pure entertainment. We don't solve the problems of the world, but we help people forget their problems for an hour, we hope.
Bob Barker was 99 years old, and Drew Carey, who succeeded Barker on The Price is Right, tweeted, "There hasn't been a day he didn't think of Barker." And Adam Sandler, who you saw in that Happy Gilmore scene, tweeted, "Barker will be missed by everyone." Zoreen Shah, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Quite a legacy he left in 99 years of life. We go now to your weather forecast, and we ended up being in the middle and upper 80s across the inland northwest today. We even saw a few 90s out there, and the temperatures even right now across many parts of eastern Washington were warmer than we had seen for the most of this past week. So it just goes to show you how big of a change we saw with that cooler weather when it came in last week. And, well, we are on the up and up now. You certainly felt that heat this afternoon. Our skies still hazy, but our air quality holding steady tonight. And we'll See our temperatures drop down into the low 60s and start to rise quickly as we'll be even warmer heading into tomorrow. That air quality, by the way, sitting at moderate, has been steady fairly much all day. We expect it to continue for your Sunday, so you can plan around air quality that way. Continuing to warm up, 90s for a couple of days, and then another huge drop in temperatures and a huge change in weather to go along with it. We're talking about another chance for rain coming up in just a few minutes.
The TV money just kept getting bigger and bigger.
You know, the old question was, how long would it take TV money to destroy college football? Maybe we're here.
College sports has been turned upside down by conference realignment. The Pac-12 has lost more than half of its schools to other conferences over the past year. The athletic programs that are left behind are struggling to find answers. In our special report here tonight, Sports Director Julian Minnesone gives us his perspective on the state of college athletics.
With the recent realignment of college programs, college athletics has lost its shine. The only thing that glows now is the color of money.
The old question was, how long would it take TV money to destroy college football? Maybe we're here.
For those of you who think that college athletics still bask in the days when boys played for the love of the sport and universities reveled in the nobility of competition, get over it. Those days are gone forever. It's a new era.
We'll look back in college football in 20 years and be like, what are we doing?
First, understand the importance of sports at our universities and in our culture. Nothing is more influential, nothing is more pervasive, and nothing is more lucrative. Sports is the OG of reality TV. It is completely unscripted, every game unique, and it is broadcast all over the world. Viewership is not measured in hundreds of thousands, but in tens of millions. Total revenue dollars are not tallied with 6 zeros, but with 8.
The TV money just kept getting bigger and bigger.
As much as anyone, university presidents, athletic directors, coaches, and players understand the big business, which is sports. Name, image, and likeness, NIL, punched a hole in the dam, releasing what is now the floodwaters of pay for play. More than ever, universities rely on broadcast money to fund academic as well as athletic programs. Students choose a university for its football and basketball fervor as much as its curriculum. Do you really think that on a Saturday afternoon, 20,000 students tailgate for hours, pack a football stadium, and then party all night because they're concerned about the essay which is due on Monday? Do you think that students camp outside an arena for days just to earn the chance to get a ticket? Alan Cannon, Associate Athletic Director of Communications at Texas A&M, is quoted as saying, "The athletic department sits on the front porch of every university." The collapse of the Pac-12 should come as no surprise. The influence of TV money has been building for more than a decade. In 2011, the Texas Longhorns came knocking on the Pac-12's door. Then Commissioner Larry Scott refused to give Texas a larger piece of the revenue pie. The Pac-12 could have been the Big Pac. Instead of enhancing its brand and expanding its reach, Scott instead launched the Pac-12 network. The only problem was its subscription-only platform came at a time when technology and streaming had not yet been invented. No one watched.
It was a bunch of decisions and failed strategies that put us in this place.
The conference failed to get its money right. Traditionalism and lack of vision slowly killed the Conference of Champions, like slowly clogging arteries, destroying a healthy heart.
And we were just out here just kind of resting on our laurels a little bit and got bypassed, and seems like we couldn't catch up.
Fast forward present day, USC and UCLA must have been giggling as they schemed in secret behind the back of Pac-12 Commissioner George Kliavkoff. Think of the number of people involved in the negotiation and planning of a conference switch. Board directors, administrators, university regents, university presidents, athletic directors, and a bevy of lawyers and accountants. Millions of dollars in TV money has a way of tightening loose lips.
An element of deceit. These things happening in the dead of night. I don't think that we're setting a good example for the young people that we're in charge of when that's how business is done.
University of Washington President Anamari Kause, in addressing the media after announcing that it was leaving the conference, stated that there was far more than money involved in their decision to leave the Pac-12.
I want to be clear, this was not just about
dollars and cents.
It was the lack of linear TV broadcasts and the corresponding absence of national visibility for its football team. Really? Okay. I guess the TV offer of $30 million a year had nothing to do with Washington's succession. Notice that there was nothing in her statement as to how joining the Big Ten actually benefits the student athlete. Sure, the university can now better support those mysterious college collectives, which offer and pay student athletes their NIL money. And sure, the university can beef up their facilities and programs, both of which aid in recruiting. I'm sure every member of the Husky football team, or Oregon Ducks for that matter, is looking forward to that cross-country trip to New Brunswick, New Jersey to play Rutgers. It will be interesting to see how well Washington and Oregon fans travel to the far corners of cold Wisconsin, Michigan, and New Jersey.
The last couple weeks was a culmination of years of failed leadership.
Washington State is facing a different financial crisis. WSU President Kirk Schultz said he doesn't plan to cut any sports and wants to continue to invest like a power program. Football will be fine. But what about soccer, or track, or swimming, or Title IX for that matter? And how does the university plan to invest when it is already facing a budget shortfall of $12 million? I got it. Long bus rides instead of plane rides, trading a Hilton for a Motel 6, out-of-conference games west of the Rockies only. Maybe something akin to the scene in the movie Major League, where the players had to use an outboard motor in its jacuzzi. Motel 6. At least they'll leave the light on, unlike the burned-out Pac-12.
Some tough decisions have to be made. If Washington State can't find a place to land.
In this dash for cash, regionality and rivalry are dead. 100 years of history gone. The charm and innocence of college athletics was sold for a bag of money. College football is transforming into the NFL model, a minor league for the National Football League. The transfer portal and NIL were the first warning signs. The Big Ten and Big 12 have gorged themselves off the plate of the Pac-12, leaving Washington State, Oregon State, Stanford, and Cal for the trash can. And yes, there may likely be a merger of these programs with the Mountain West or some other conference. However, broadcast dollars will never be the same. The exposure will never be the same. The schools will never be the same. Get used to it. Like your mom always told you, stop whining. If the last 10 years have shown you anything, it's that the money will only get bigger. The greed will only get greater. University presidents, athletic directors, and conference commissioners are robbing the bank while student athletes and fans just watch. Broadcast companies now determine the direction of college athletics. By doing so, they have also indirectly shaped the fate of the lesser conferences and the schools in them. It was only a matter of time.
And I hope that something can come out of this, but it's looking a little bleak right now.
This is the present landscape of college athletics. My message to the remaining Pac-12 schools and their fans: grab a tissue, wipe the tears, get to work.
A great commentary package by Julian Minenso. The sports team is launching a weekly newsletter called The Playbook. Every Monday, starting next week, sports director Julian Minenso will give you an inside look at Gonzaga, Washington State, and the pressing sports topics of today. This will include stories and perspectives from on and off the field of play. You could sign up for The Playbook. Just head over to the sports page on our website, KXLY.com.
We did see some thunderstorms today around the Blue Mountains, and with this weather pattern, anything is possible, and I mean literally. We will have your full forecast for the rest of the weekend and take a peek at big changes in the week ahead coming up.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
If something's missing in your morning without a McDonald's breakfast, then try a new bagel sandwich. With fluffy egg, melty cheese, and your choice of a steak patty with grilled onion or bacon or sausage, well, those will fill the void deliciously. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
It's safe to say that a great day's work starts with a great night's sleep. So no matter what kind of job you have, Denver Mattress has the right mattress for you. So shop the Labor Day sale today, because the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Save up to $900 on purple adjustable mattress sets and score a $300 gift. Or check out the Summit Firm, now only $299.99. Plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
The last chance to see your Spokane Indians this season at Avista Stadium is August 29th through September 3rd. Highlights of the homestand include Friday, September 1st, Armed Forces Appreciation and Fireworks presented by Windermere Real Estate. Saturday, September 2nd, U.S. Foods Fireworks Night. And Sunday, September 3rd, is AAA Washington's season finale and fireworks spectacular. For tickets and game times, go to SpokaneIndians.com.
This is the kind of card that has America talking. With it, people with Medicare are getting all-in-one coverage for their doctor visits, hospital care, prescription drugs, and more. This kind of insurance, called Medicare Part C, may also cover dental care, eyeglasses, hearing aids, fitness programs, vitamins, even healthy meals and rides to the doctor. With this kind of coverage, you do not need a Medicare supplement insurance plan. You will access your benefits through your Medicare Part C plan for one low and oftentimes $0 monthly plan premium. You deserve to get the most from your Medicare benefits. Call now for free information that may help you get more coverage for less money. There is no obligation to enroll. Whether for yourself or someone you love, call the number on the screen now. Call now.
I think they like each other.
I'm Charles. Lunch?
Vanessa, I like lunch.
Give in to deliciousness. Buy one craveable classic and get another one for $1. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
Well, I mentioned here right before we went to commercial that in this weather pattern, things get a little crazy, and that's exactly what we have. Let's explain here, right? So we know that it's heating up around here. Big ridge of high pressure draped across, well, mostly the western 2/3 of the country. Its influence all the way up here in the Pacific Northwest, and then a big low pressure system right off the coast, bringing that moisture up from the south. And so it's been sending us for the last couple of days waves of moisture. We saw one on Friday. It was mostly clouds, not a lot of rain. And then we saw another wave this evening that brought some thunderstorms and some heavy rain and lightning into the Blue Mountains and parts of the southern Cascades. So basically, these little waves of moisture, sometimes they just pop out of nowhere. So as we head through the next few afternoons, just remember, if you see a big cloud building off on the horizon, well, it's probably a thunderstorm, and it may be here and gone fairly quickly. So we're definitely going to have to kind of track things more hour by hour in this type of pattern over the next couple of days. But overall activity is expected to be isolated. Now that changes as we go into Tuesday because this system comes on shore. That's the big push. That's when we're going to see the more widespread rain and the more widespread thunderstorms. But in the meantime, things are going to be a little random out there, especially in the heat of the day in the afternoon. So here is kind of our outlook, or a general outlook. Just remember, turn this up about 20–30% from our forecast computer here, and that's likely what we're going to see. So definitely in the North Cascades and right around the Cascades region as we head into tomorrow afternoon. That's where I would be looking tomorrow for some thunderstorm activity. And I'd be looking around the Blue Mountains again as well. And then as we head into Monday afternoon, same areas across the Cascade Mountains. If you're around the Blue Mountains, the LC Valley and the Palouse, or places like Moses Lake and Ritzville. As we head into the evening on Monday, you'll have to keep an eye for some big old thunderstorms coming from the Columbia River, working their way up into the higher elevations as we head into Monday night before that big push to wet weather on Tuesday. So isolated activity, you give it about a 20%. Tuesday looks like the busiest day, and then we'll have kind of leftover wet weather, scattered conditions as we head into Wednesday. So yeah, make your plans of where you want to put the raincoat in the car now. Because, yeah, heavy downpours. We already saw some heavy downpours in the Blue Mountains, so it's likely we will see some places to get quite a bit of rain, especially when we get into Tuesday. Lows for tonight in the 50s and 60s. That's fairly typical as we get in this high-pressure pattern. We start to see those temperatures rise. And look at this, as hot as 95 degrees in downtown Spokane, so we're really going to be feeling that heat as we head into tomorrow afternoon. Want to bring the big water bottle out for the next couple of days. Big change in that temperature. We're going to struggle to hit 70 degrees on Wednesday. We're just getting these tastes of fall, and it's all but appropriate. Friday is the first day of September.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel totally protected, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. Save up to 27% when you bundle home, auto, and life. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
On Thursday, September 14th, mixed martial arts action returns when Coeur d'Alene Casino presents King of the Cage. Don't miss the high adrenaline, high octane action live cage side when heart, strength, and honor will be thrown on the line with the return of Tyler Cy John, Cameron Robinette, Jordan Curry, Israel Gonzalez, Theo Dukas, Sebastian Prangley, and much more. For tickets, visit ticketswest.com or call 800-523-2464.
4 News Now wants to take you inside the walls of Sacred Heart Children's Hospital to meet brave children and their caregivers. Miracle Mondays, brought to you by your locally owned Inland Northwest Ace dealers.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, maybe even ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. I end up going to a dentist and he wants to charge over $600 for a night guard. That's when I found this, the Brooks Night Guard. This was a game changer. It's smaller than other night guards that I tried, which is a good thing because it doesn't make me gag. It could fit on the top or the bottom of the teeth. It's lightweight and super comfortable. Now the Brooks Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brooks Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Go to brooksnightguard.com and order yours today. Your teeth will thank you for it in the morning.
Go to brooksnightguard.com and use the promo code to activate your special TV offer. That's brooksnightguard.com. Order today and take advantage of this special TV offer. Your teeth will thank you for it in the morning.
Welcome back. Mayhem at the multiplex, at least when it comes to that slate of upcoming movies. Dune Part 2 becoming the latest big budget film to delay its release as negotiations continue in Hollywood's historic dual strike. ABC's Jacqueline Lee is back with the details.
We gave them something to hope for.
That's not hope! This morning, the highly anticipated Dune Part 2 is the latest big-budget movie to be delayed amid the ongoing battle between the studios, writers, and actors. The dual strike involving Actors Union SAG-AFTRA and Screenwriters Union Writers Guild of America, rippling its way through Hollywood and effectively shutting it down, has no end in sight. Warner Brothers announced Dune Part 2, originally set to be released in November, will now have to wait until March of next year, setting a precedent for other studios to follow suit.
Godzilla vs. Kong, which was originally scheduled for that date in March, has been pushed back another month until April. So the strike is going to have a ripple effect on so many movies as we continue to shift these release dates down the calendar.
Oh, it's okay. Other movies like The Color Purple and Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom are slated to premiere in December, with Warner Brothers reportedly considering a delay, but ultimately keeping the December dates.
With the strike going on, who knows what could happen? And in terms of Timothée Chalamet movies, Warner Brothers also has Wonka. So will that movie come out on its planned release date? Who's to know? Sony is the only other major movie studio that has delayed several of its movies, including pushing back Kraven the Hunter to 2024, in addition to removing the next Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse sequel from their release calendar.
Can't take that from me.
And now the fate of The Equalizer 3, Wonka, and The Marvels in question. But the record-shattering performance of Barbie shows the appetite of moviegoers willing to go to the theaters and open those wallets.
There's a consumer alert for anyone who owns a newer Hyundai. Nearly 40,000 Elantra HEVs made from the 2021 to 2023 are being recalled for a software error that can cause a car to accelerate after the brake pedal is released. Hyundai says it will mail notification letters out by October 17th. Impacted customers can bring their vehicles to any Hyundai dealership and have the issue fixed for free. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Download the 4 News Now app today. A local family's lives shattered by a shocking diagnosis.
Like adult dementia, it's just with your kids.
A cruel twist of fate for not one son, but 2, and the dramatic steps they're taking to raise awareness and hopefully buy time. Tuesday, only on Good Morning Northwest.
Dear 2030, we look forward to seeing you. After our 160-point quality assurance inspection, we'll be Toyota certified used vehicles with 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranties. Not to honk our own horns, but the best new cars make the best used cars. Yours, Toyota. Get 5.49% APR for up to 60 months on a Toyota certified used Camry, Corolla, or RAV4. Find yours at toyotacertified.com. Toyota, let's go places.
What's bothering Archie?
Politics. What the Supreme Court says ain't got nothing to do with the law.
Dog tap.
Goldfish. Come on now, I draw the line on goldfish.
Sundays beginning at 8 over the air on KXLY 4.2.
Make your hard-earned dollars go further during the Labor Day sale at Furniture Row. Shop today, because the more you buy, the more you save. I saved $100. I saved $200. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend on living, dining, bedroom, and mattresses.
We saved $300.
Check out doorbusters while they last. Plus 4 years, no interest. Shop the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed. The Labor Day sale on now at Furniture Row.
The doctor will see you now. But do they really? Do they see that crick in your neck? That ache in your heart? Will they see that funny little thing that wasn't there last year? The new bounce in your step? The way your retinal scan connects to your blood sugar? At Kaiser Permanente, all of us work together to care for all that is you.
It's wildfire season, and 4 News Now First Alert weather is more important than ever.
Bone-dry vegetation, lightning strikes, sudden winds. With conditions so volatile and so much at stake, every second counts.
Wildfire warnings to evacuation orders to the all clear. Trust the 4 News Now First Alert weather team to keep you safe.
Alerting you first.
On air, online, and on the go with the 4 News Now app.
Protecting you and your family.
That's what we mean when we say expect more.
All right. Do you like fall?
Yes.
Well, you're going to wait a few days. If you like that summer heat, find the lake, hang out, have a good couple of days before we see that big change coming up for the middle of the week.
Gosh, I'm excited. Need that sweater weather. I'm really looking, I put on a hoodie in the morning the last couple of days, and it felt right. I was like, let's get out of this nonsense heat.
And football's starting too, so it feels great.
We're back. We're so back. No more baseball. Unless you're a Mariners fan now.
Well, first place Seattle Mariners, mind you. But yeah, we got football coming up here. All kinds of action. The Vandals are starting next Thursday, I believe, or is it Friday?
Can you hardly
this
believe
coming
it?
week?
Can you hardly believe it? Down in Lamar. I know you guys aren't going to worry about Alabama. It's the Vandals going undefeated.
Oh.
You heard it here first, guys.
Wow.
You heard it here first.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.